Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, WWE Fastlane from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse there in Indianapolis, Indiana. As a race fan, as an Indy 500 fan, they kind of pimped that a little bit. They talked about the two Indy cars sitting there. Thought that was pretty cool. Because I saw it online before I even watched the show. I'm like, why is there two Indy cars sitting there? I'm like, oh, they must be in Indiana. Then when I looked to where they were at, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm like, Gainbridge is a big sponsor in IndyCar for Andretti Autosport. Those look like Andretti Autosport cars with the Fastlane wrap on them. So I thought that was pretty cool. And one thing that I noticed about them that the average person probably wouldn't have, the one that we looked at the entrance, the one that was on the right, it had red on the tires. The one on the left did not. What makes that unique for racing is in the IndyCar series, you have to run the red tires for one tire stint, and you have to run the blacks for at least two. The reds are a little softer compound. They're actually faster, but they wear out quicker. The blacks will last longer, but they're not as fast. So I thought that was kind of neat how they had one with the reds, one with the blacks. But that's something that's unique to IndyCar racing. Indianapolis 500, 108 of them now, 108 years of them in Indiana, and which that racetrack is actually in Speedway, Indiana, which is a suburb of Indianapolis. Enough about IndyCar racing. WWE Fastlane. Oh, this is one hell of a show. I tell you what, that main event was freaking awesome. Never been a big fan of last man standing matches. We're going to start with the main event here. That match was just nuts. We had the hardcore aspect with the tables. We had kendo sticks involved. We had the striking of Shinsuke Nakamura. We had, Seth Rollins, probably one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. We had the hardcore aspect of it, going through the tables, going through the announce table, going with the ladders. One thing that I find interesting with WWE sometimes is if you look at some of those table spots, especially that tables on the outside, it was a nice clean cut in half. I thought that was kind of unique. The one in the ring that was in the corner, the one that Shinsuke kind of bounced off of, then later on Seth went through it. That was wicked. But when they went outside and they were climbing up into the stands, if you noticed, where you would normally have the barrier there, you'd notice that it kind of was away and it was kind of duct taped on the kind of around, enough of an area for them to climb up and walk up. As they were going up on there, you noticed that what looked like a mini ring sitting there. I'm like, all right, that's coming into play. And then when Shinsuke knocked Seth down on it, I'm like, it's like they kind of set that up, and they go, oh, he hit the floor. He didn't hit the floor. He got that far off the floor, and it looked like a mini ring laying there. Of course, I don't want these guys to get hurt, and I understand why they do some of the stuff they do. So don't not get me wrong with that. I thought this match was great, and I actually thought Shinsuke was going to win it. That spot when Seth went through the table and the table broke in half laying on him, I thought that was the end of it. The fact that Seth was able to roll out of the ring and put his feet on the floor was amazing to me. With Seth coming out of that as your World Heavyweight Champion, now it's like, what's next for Shinsuke? He has to go to the bottom. 2 losses to freaking Seth now. It was almost like they're trying to build. Every time they go to build Shinsuke up, it's like, yeah, I mean, he won the Rumble the 1 year. As a matter of fact, I was at Mania 34, and he had the match against AJ Styles. It was like, and they didn't pull the trigger on it. I don't know what that boy's got to do to get over WWE, but I don't know what's going on with Shinsuke. They get him to the point, they just won't pull the trigger and give him a championship. Seth retaining the World Heavyweight title, ended up giving it a 4.5 star. Alright, first match of the night. We had the WWE Raw, SmackDown, Unified, whatever you want to call these tag titles. They're still technically separated. There's 2 different belts. I don't know why we're doing this still, but we are. We had the champion, Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, going up against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. The video packages, this is just amazing to watch. In fact, that Jay was part of the Bloodline. Gets ousted from the Bloodline. Cody pulls some strings, brings him into Monday Night Raw, and then basically helps them and teams with them and stuff. It was very interesting hearing Michael Cole say about Finn Balor, former leader of the Bullet Club. Cody Rhodes, former leader of the Bullet Club. I'm like, dude. And of course, Cody Graves. Oh, you're trying to get some Twitter love out there. I'm like, oh my God. But the fact they mentioned the Bullet Club is kind of shocking to me. The one thing, when it comes to WWE, and this is not me being critical or overcritical, I love WWE. Been a fan since 1995, 96, is when they say things like that. And you're going to have people that go Google Bullet Club. You're not going to see Finn Balor as the leader of Bullet Club. Now you have to Google Finn Balor to realize his name was Prince Devitt. And then you'll see Prince Devitt, leader of the Bullet Club. Okay. So you have to do all this work because they said something. It's like, I get why they say it. I get why they change the names. But sometimes it's like, the fact that we had Jade Cargill come, we had her back, show up. Triple H greeted her. I thought she was an amazing athlete. I mean, she was green as can be when she first came into AEW. Her first few matches are probably going to be pretty green, but she's got talent. You can tell she is powerful. She is going to be able to be a superstar, and that's fine. But Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning the tag titles here. Thought that was pretty neat. They talked about Jay and Jimmy being the 8-time tag team champions. They brought up about Cody being 6 or 7-time champion before. I was kind of thought that was interesting. They didn't mention Ted DiBiase Jr. at all. Because you would think they would have said when Cody was tag team champion with Ted DiBiase, but they didn't. But I ended up giving that match 3.5. Super good match. And we had Jade backstage. I'm assuming then when it comes to, she'll be on the main roster, I'm guessing, which is fine. I think she deserves it. Coming from another company as big as she was in AEW, I'm assuming just go straight to the main roster. I think it was wise to keep her name. But we'll see what that ended up happening. I know we have the Cody Rhodes is the big announcement on Tuesday. I'm kind of thinking now that is either him introducing Jay Cargill or him introducing Brian Pillman Jr. Pillman and the Rhodes has history, so I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it. But we'll see on Tuesday on NXT. Next up, we had the 6-man tag. We had Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, Angelo, Dawkins, and Montez Ford going up against Mysterio and Santos Escobar and their mystery partner due to the LWO getting injured on Friday Night SmackDown. And we found out at the end of the match it was Carlito came in, hit the backstabber, and got the victory. And then we given the match 3-star. It was okay. Nothing overly special about it. Carlito was there. He was at Backlash too. Nothing ever came of it. He was at Rumble too, and nothing ever came of it. So we'll see if something comes of this, if he's going to join the LWO, or if it's just kind of that one-off kind of deal. Next up, we had the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. We had champion Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. 30 seconds, minute, whatever it was into this match, I thought sometimes production of shows is one thing, and then when they zoom in and reshow a replay, it kind of ruins the moment. When Asuka spent the mist in the face of Charlotte Flair, just watching it, it looked okay. Damn, that sucks. Then they had to zoom in and reshow it. You could see Charlotte's eyes close, and the mist hit her right here. It's like, okay, are you serious right now? There was no green from here down. It was all in her hair, and she had her eyes closed. Because when they zoomed in, you could see her go like that, and it caught her right here, and they played off like it was in her eyes. I'm like, it really wasn't. I mean, they zoomed in and hit you in the hair. Other than that, this match was freaking awesome. One of the best women's matches I've seen since, well, the main event of No Mercy. That was probably better. That was legit. Two badasses going at it. I want to see Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton can be Charlotte Flair 2.0. But this match was damn good. Asuka doing her strikes. Flair and Io Sky. Flair can do rope. I mean, this is the most probably top rope aerial moves I've seen in a women's match, and completely in all three of them. I ended up giving this match 3 3/4. I would probably have been close to 4 if it wasn't for the damage control getting involved. But Io Sky retaining her title, that was amazing. I actually thought they were gonna put it on Charlotte. I know that Charlotte had Asuka in the figure 8. The referee was talking to Bayley. Asuka technically tapped, so Charlotte should have won it at that point, but of course, again, damage control got involved, and then Io Sky ended up getting the roll up for the win. Again, 3 3/4. If it wasn't for that little piece, I probably would have went 4 with it, but it kind of took away a little bit from me. But hey, damn good women's match, one of the best of the year. Definitely top 10 women's matches for WWE in 2024 or 2023. Next up, we had John Cena making his pay-per-view or premium live event return, teaming up with LA Knight going against the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. They pointed out something about Paul Heyman. Boy's looking old since Roman's been off. His hair's all gray. Used to be black. I know he dyes his hair, and he looks as nervous about Roman coming back as the Bloodline lost. It's like, and Roman's supposed to come back on Friday Night SmackDown, the season premiere. But John Cena and LA Knight end up getting the victory here. End up giving it 3.5. Man, can we make all WWE shows like this? 5 matches, 2 hours and 45 minutes or whatever it was. Bing, bang, boom, and done. We don't need 9-hour shows. I know EW does that, and that gets really tiring. Those 11 o'clock on Sunday night shows are rough. WWE used to do that too, though. And then the time frame was perfect. The show had a great flow to it. I mean, I've been better with maybe a match or 2 more and get rid of some of the video packages, but hey, you know what? It works. You build the feuds up, good matches. Everything was over a 3-star, 1 4.5, 1 3.3, and 2 3.5. Overall, great show. That main event, again, 4.5 star on that with Seth Rollins retaining the world title. That is the review of WWE Fastlane. As always, thanks for watching the Rubber Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.